is becoming a bigger part of that. As Samsung tells companies for whom it supplies chips, it plans to charge up to 20% more for them. Samsung rival Taiwan Semiconductor, which together with Samsung supplies 2/3 of the world's microchips, has already hiked prices. The Apple iPhone will stop being an outlier when it comes to charging. It's testing future iPhone models that replace the current Lightning charging port with the more prevalent USB-C connector. It would help Apple conform to rapidly approaching European regulations, but it also would put Apple devices onto a single charging platform. Most of the company's iPads and Macs already rely on USB-C rather than Lightning. Not much in the way of catalyst to push Wall Street higher, but it ends higher. Dow advanced 466, NASDAQ up 434, S&P 500 up 94. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Andrew O'Day for 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time, 7:57.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-741-3889. 800-741-3889. 800-741-3889. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s, like go back to college, learn to skateboard. Well, okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. At aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a free 3-minute chat with the friendly digital retirement coach, Avo, and receive personalized tips to help boost your savings. Start chatting with Avo today at aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Doug, chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 and 2 and move your head like I've heard you. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. WINS, WNEWHC3 New York.
Best ball news radio station. 1010 Wins. New York's got it all.
And the Odyssey station. Wins News Time, 7:59. Taking a look at the 1010 Winds AccuWeather forecast for tonight. Cloudy with areas of fog redeveloping, and a stray shower will have a low of 62 degrees. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy and humid with a couple of showers around 71. And tomorrow night, cloudy with a shower and spots will go down to 62. By Sunday, the clouds will break for sun. It will be warmer and moderately humid with a stray shower, a high of 76. There's an 80 in the forecast for Monday with sunny breaks. That looks good. The more people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Christian Alexander and John Davis are our service aides. Beth Reardon is at the editor's desk. I'm Suzanne Colucci.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins, New York.
Good evening. 67 degrees at 8 o'clock on your Friday, May 13th. I am Stephanie Officer. Here's what's happening. New developments in the Gilgo Beach death of a sex worker will tell you why authorities think she may not have been murdered. The suspected subway shooter, Frank James, appeared in court today. Tomorrow, New York City will see a pair of massive protests with a common goal to try and sway a likely Supreme Court decision that would yank a woman's right to choose. One popular beverage company has not raised the price of their drink in 30 years. It's a New York bodega staple. We'll tell you how they did it. And if you're in the mood to party, we've got just the silent disco for you. In sports, Game 6 in Pittsburgh tonight between the Rangers and the Penguins. Rangers are behind. The Yankees host the White host. They can't host in Chicago. The Yankees are in Chicago versus the White Sox. The White House, Jesus, it's Friday night at 8:10. And the Mariners and the Mets are playing right now. We're looking at 67 light rain going down to 62 in Midtown. With news time, it's 8:01. Time for traffic and transit on the ones. Good evening, Sue Eller.
And good evening to you. Southbound on the Major Deacon Expressway, right at Van Cortlandt Park Extension. That's exit 11. On the southbound side, we do have an accident, and it takes up the left lane. Then the BQ8 is just loaded up southbound by McGinnis Boulevard with another collision. The right lane is also closed. Got lots going on in New Jersey right now. Southbound on the Turnpike Western Spur, right at the Meadowlands Sports Complex. We do have a truck fire. So the right lane is shut down as well as the shoulder, and it is a stop and go. And there's also a crash on the Western Spur southbound just north of 280 interchange 15W. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. We're looking at about 10 to 15 minutes inbound at the George, and that's for both levels. Outbound 25 to 30. Lincoln looks good, and inbound Holland Tunnel is 20. Outbound is a 15-minute delay. Here's what we see on the 1163. The LIE slows down at New White Park Road with the police department activity, and then there's a crash on the Sawmill River Parkway southbound by Railroad Avenue. That's exit 42. Some subway delays on the E&F trains. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones, and breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Sue Alderon, 10 Winds.
Well, some weather in our area could make your evening commute a little tougher, so let's check in with meteorologist John Feerick for the latest. John?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be kind of a gloomy weekend. Tomorrow's going to be a lot like today. Obviously, right now, not a whole lot of shower activity out there. A little bit of drizzle in some pockets, and certainly areas of fog to deal with. That's the greatest concern right now. Visibility below a quarter of a mile in some locations along the coast. So definitely take it easy to encounter that. Again, tomorrow we're up in the below 70s, a couple of showers around, kind of a dreary day. And then Sunday turns a little bit warmer as clouds break forth some sun. Again, there could be a pop-up shower. Most of the time, Sunday's dry, and we're up into the mid-70s. Stephanie?
Thank you, John. Of course, you can stay right here on 1010 Winds. Keep it locked on 1010winds.com or on the Odyssey app for all of your latest updates. Now to new developments today in the Gilgo Beach investigation. You may remember it's the case where the remains of 11 sex workers were found a dozen years ago. Suffolk County Police released the 911 call of one of those women, while insisting her death was an accident instead of murder.
After being driven to the Oak Beach home of a client, Shannon Gilbert called 911.
There's somebody after me. I'm sorry? There's somebody after me. Where are you? There's somebody after me.
Suffolk police say she was being irrational and has mental health and substance abuse issues. Commissioner Rodney Harrison adding that unlike the other Gilgo women who police say were murdered, Gilbert died on her own after running away.
We're still open to information that could help us come to a stronger conclusion. But right now, we believe it's a tragic accident.
Not so, says John Ray, the lawyer for Gilbert's family.
What was the accident? The unfortunate accident. You notice they never said what it was because there wasn't one.
He says Gilbert was strangled. Roger Stern, 1010 Winds News.
And 1010 Winds has reached out to the Suffolk County Police to comment on that attorney's statement. We have not yet heard a response. Well, the suspect in last month's subway shooting appeared in court today.
The judge read the 2 charges accusing Frank James of committing an act of terrorism on the subway. The 62-year-old suspect acknowledged that he understood the charges and proceeded to plead not guilty. It was a month ago to the day that James surrendered to police. They found him in the East Village after a 30-hour manhunt. Police were searching for the suspect who opened fire on a crowded N train the previous morning. Authorities say James dressed as a construction worker, detonated smoke bombs, and then started shooting, injuring more than 30 people in the process. He remains behind bars and returns to court in July. Juliet Papa, 1010 Winds in Brooklyn.
Winds News Time, 8:05. Well, the baby girl who was just 11 months old when a stray bullet hit her in the face in January was released from a hospital today after relearning how to walk and talk. Catherine Arias walked out of Drysdale Children's Hospital in Westchester with her parents who called the now 16-month-old their beautiful miracle baby. Police officers outside applauded as the family left, saying, quote, her mother, our journey has been long, but finally this is the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what her mom, Meridia Gomez, said. Little Catherine was sitting in a parked car with her mother when a man on a Bronx street started firing on another person. A bullet hit her in the cheek and exited from the top of her head, caused a brain injury, and left half of her body paralyzed. Still, no arrests have been made in that case. And the city is getting ready for two major pro-choice abortion rallies tomorrow in response to the Supreme Court's anticipated decision to overturning Roe v. Wade, which became law in 1973. Thousands of people are expected at the marches. Planned Parenthood is leading across the Brooklyn Bridge, which will wind up at Foley Square in Manhattan with a rally beginning at 2 p.m. Jacqueline Marrero, Planned Parenthood's Senior Director of Media Relations of the Greater New York branch, spoke about why this is important at a virtual press conference.
Hundreds of thousands of people across the country, including right here in New York, will channel their outrage into action. We will send a loud and powerful messages to the justices of the Supreme Court and politicians everywhere. Bans off of our bodies.
In a separate event tomorrow, Rise Up for Abortion Rights will hold protests around the country, with its New York City flagship protest getting underway at 2 o'clock in Union Square. When today's time, 8:07. Well, the House Oversight Committee is launching an investigation into the nationwide shortage of baby formula, and they're not the only ones taking action on Capitol Hill.
The House Oversight Committee is launching an investigation into the nationwide shortage of baby formula, demanding records and information from 4 of the largest manufacturers, including Abbott Nutrition. The committee will look into potential price gouging and steps the companies took to address the shortage. Senators are also sounding the alarm, ramping up efforts to pressure manufacturers and federal agencies to address demand.
That is correspondent M. Wynn reporting from Washington. When's news time? 8:07.
Solvents is offering a free home security system and installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. Call 833-933-SAFE. That's 833-933-SAFE. If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-489-5660. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-489-5660 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-489-5660 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-489-5660.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Are you getting all the benefits you need? If you have Medicare, you may now be able to get new benefits. Benefits may include eyeglasses, wellness visits, gym membership, meal delivery, and hearing aids with low copay. To find out which benefits you qualify for and to find out if you're getting the benefits that you deserve, you need to call Best Medcare. Our licensed insurance agents can look up your current benefits and tell you what additional benefits are available to you. It's easy, just one call. Tell us the deductibles you prefer, the doctors you want to see, and if you want prescription drug coverage. The service is free and you have no obligation. You may even find plans with 0 monthly plan premiums, 0 co-pays on many services, and 0 deductibles. You deserve every medical care coverage benefit out there, and we'll help you get them. Call 800-431-6905. 800-431-6905. That's 800-431-6905. And let Best Medcare do the work for you.
When's news time? 8:09. Now your health. Here's 1010 Wins medical reporter, Dr. Brian McDonough.
Most, if not all, cultures have so-called spiritual numbers. In Western cultures, the number 12 is associated with everything from months of the year to tribes of Israel. Yet for some reason, the number 13 has been avoided, going back to the Code of Hammurabi which did not include a 13th law. Is this a bad day from a health standpoint? A 1993 study in the British Medical Journal found that hospital admissions from auto accidents increased by 52% when Friday the 6th was compared with Friday the 13th. A 2002 study suggested that the increase in auto accidents could be due to increased anxiety about the concept of Friday the 13th. Neither study is statistically significant, but the research was fun. With your help, I'm Dr. Brian McDonough on 1010 Wins.
And you can hear your help.